much better together, I know.
Hey folks, Happy New Year and welcome back to CareBlair. My name's Kyle and here we share the positive news, stories and information that helps local volunteers, non-profit community groups and charities to connect with their audience in meaningful ways online. We are sharing a 3-part video series that helps non-profits to set up and optimize their Google My Business listing. And in this video, our 3rd video in the series, we'll be showing you how you can optimize your Google My Business listing. So the reason why we're encouraging non-profit groups like yours to set up and register their Google My Business listing is because, as you'll likely already know, Google is going to be playing a massive role now and in the future in helping us to both connect with our volunteers, but also to find our right donors. Plus, Google has the added bonus of helping us to maintain ownership over our online presence. So, if you're ready, let's go. Okay, so welcome to your Google account. This is where we will arrive if we've already set up our Google account. And in order for us to access our Google My Business page, we simply come up here to the top right-hand corner of the screen to where these dots are. Click that and we'll see the Google My Business option right here. Click on that and this will take us to our Google My Business homepage. So on your Google My Business homepage, you'll see this. We have the ability to create posts, much like we can on our social media accounts. We have the ability to add photos, and we have the ability to create adverts to advertise our non-profit services across Google. Further down the page, we can access our profile both on Apple's apps, or we can access our Google My Business listing and we can customize them as well on the Android app too. We can also, when we sign up for our Google My Business, we get free £80 of advertisement credit, which we can click on right here to claim. And that gives us a little boost when we come to start to advertise our non-profit services across Google, which is really helpful. Down below, we've also got your latest posts as well. So much like social media, we can obviously add and customize our own posts so that when people find us on Google, they can see our latest activity and begin engaging with us straight away. We can also view our non-profit listing, Google My Business listing, on Maps, on Google Search, and we can also click here and share our Google profile across social media and your email as well. We can share forms with people who have interacted with our non-profit in the past and get them to leave a review. This will appear on your Google My Business listing for anyone to see. So the first thing that we want to do here is to go and add in all of the relevant information about our non-profit so people can get to know us quickly and easily when they're searching for us on Google. The quickest and easiest way to do this is to come over here to the left-hand side of the screen and select Information. And this will allow us to input all the relevant information about our non-profit. As you can see here, we've got a range of information that we can add. I'm going to take you through the most important ones and show you how you can customize them to your own non-profit. So to edit your non-profit organization's name, simply click on the CareBlair option or the option that's what you see on your screen and come down here and customize a name. Be sure to put in a name that you're going to use for a while because Google says that we can only customize and change our name up to 3 times each year. So pick a name that you're going to use for a while. The next thing we'll want to do is we'll want to add a non-profit organization category to your non-profit, or you can select something that's more relevant to what it is that you do. For us, we are a non-profit organization. So we come in here and we select it and we can add various categories. For us, it's a non-profit. For you, it might be something different. If you have secondary services, so let's say you have a primary service where your offering is primarily around a certain thing, but you also do secondary services as well, you can actually come down here and add in other categories. Now what this will do is this will show up as secondary categories on your Google My Business listing. So it gives your donors much more of a feel or flavor for what it is that you do. So the next part is to add in a detailed address or a service area. Now there's 3 scenarios here that we should choose before we go and put in the information here. Now, there's 3 scenarios, and the first one is this. Scenario number 1, if you're a brick and mortar store and you don't do deliveries, that means you should just add in a physical address so people can find your physical store on Google Maps. The second scenario is if you're both a brick and mortar store and you do deliveries, you should add in your physical address for your store and also any secondary areas out with your primary address area where you deliver to, and that's called your service areas. Scenario number 3 is if you're just purely delivery based. That means you're purely service based. And all you would do here is you would add your service areas. Now, for us with CareBlair, we're service orientated. We don't have a brick and mortar physical store or address. So we basically focus on service areas. We serve information. You might serve a physical product. And what you do here is you select on this area and you simply type in your service areas that you have. So we have a range, so we're covering pretty much everywhere in Perthshire and beyond. You can do as little or as much as you want, there's no limit. Now, if your non-profit is just a physical location, simply just add in a physical address. Okay, so the next area down here is your opening hours. Okay, this is where you can basically tell your donors and supporters and your customers what times that you're open. Now, it's important that you only put in the times you are open, because there has been instances where people have tried to say that they're open later so that they rank higher above people who are open not as late. And obviously that doesn't work. That is not how Google works. So that too will end up getting your account suspended and leaving your customers, supporters and donors frustrated if they're turning up to your non-profit and you're actually closed. So don't do that. Instead, just simply input the hours that you are open. For us at CareBlair, we're 24 hours because we're uploading videos and content and providing information all the time. You can also add in special hours. Now, special hours are those times where we have things like bank holidays, or you're on your own personal holidays. Whatever it is, you can add those times right here. You simply select the date that your opening time or close time is going to be running from, and then you would simply select the hours that you're going to be open and closed. And now you can add new dates as well, and there's no limit to how much you can add. The next thing is really straightforward. It's adding your own number. You can add in 1 or 2 numbers, it's up to yourself. If you've got a primary number, add that one in here along with your country code. You can also add a secondary number as well if you happen to have 1 or 2 phones, maybe one for your other employee, what have you. So it's handy. Just add in the numbers here and you're good to go. Okay, so the next part is our favorite part. This is where we can add a short link for a non-profit. This is very similar to your social media page. You know how you've got the @ symbol and you've got @CareBlair? Well, this is exactly the same, but just for your Google My Business account. It allows us to basically simplify the ways that we connect and share our information with our donors and customers online. And it makes it easier for them to get into our ecosystem and start engaging with our content. So to do that, we simply come down here and click on this and input our non-profit name. Try to keep it as short as possible so that it's easy and simple and quick to the eye. This is where we can add products to our Google My Business listing. If you're a non-profit and you sell products, this is super handy. All we do is we click on this and we can start adding our products. We can simply come up here and select a photo, add a photo of our product. We can then add the name, the category of the product, we can select the price range, we can add a short description, and we can add a button to buy our product and save it. And then our products will appear on Google search whenever people are searching for us. So the next thing we can do after adding our short link is to add our website. This will allow obviously people, donors, supporters, whoever, to access our main home, our internet home. This is where we can give them our best experience on our website. So simply add your website here simply by inputting it into this box and you're good to go. Next, we can add attributes. Now, attributes allow our non-profit to really nail down and specifically share those special things that we offer to our non-profit supporters and donors. It can be things like free Wi-Fi, disabled access, or pet friendly, and for CareBlair, we're LGBTQ friendly. And as you can see down here, we've popped that in and it's under review. Usually it can take a day or two for Google to put this onto your Google My Business listing, but once you're going, you're going. And the cherry on the top is basically adding an About Us section. This will allow non-profit supporters and donors of ours to really understand a little bit more about what it is we do, who we are, and the services we offer. We can simply do this by coming down here to where you see the 3 lines and simply click on the pen icon and add your little description. For us, it's we share positive news, stories and information that helps local volunteers, non-profit community groups, charities and cooperatives to connect with their audience in meaningful ways online. And once you're happy with that, you simply click apply. Just a bonus couple of tips here. We can add in the date that we started our non-profit, and we can also add photos. And if we add photos, this actually takes us into something a little bit more. Obviously, we can see our photos here that we've added over time, but also if you look at the top here, you can add videos, you can add photos of your colleagues at work or your non-profit in the community. We can also add in a team. So if you've got a number of people that help you in your non-profit, you can add photos of them here. And we can also add in our identity as well. So this for us is our logo, and it will be your logo for you as well. And this will basically show up on your Google My Business listing page. So your logo will appear right at the top for people to instantly know who you are and recognize who you are as well. And there we have it, folks. We've set up and optimized our Google My Business listing in this 3-part video series. I really hope you found some value in this content, and I can't wait to share how we can now take this one step further by learning how to share engaging content using our Google My Business listing. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to send them in, and I'll try my hardest to get back to them and respond to them as best as I can. Until next time, remember, sharing is caring.
Something's so right. This is our time. 'Cause I'm tired of trying to walk the dotted line. There's no waiting, hesitating.